Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. The second stanza from Gujari Kabir Ji, or composition of Kabir Ji. A simple four-versed stanza. We will go stanza by stanza because each line is quite clear in itself, and then we'll talk about the meaning. Gujari Karatija, to be sung to the third percussion beat. Mus Mus Rovai Kabir ki mai. Mus Mus, silently, to sob silently. Mus Mus Rovai Kabir ki mai. Mai is mother. So Kabir's mother sobs quietly. Why does she sob quietly? She expresses her lamentation, which is, "E barak kaise jeev hai Raghurai." O Ram, O my Lord, she says, she laments publicly, how will Kabir's children survive? E barak kaise jeev hai. And why is that a concern? Because tanna bunna sab tajayo hai Kabir. Because Kabir, who is a weaver, has given up, or rather has become indifferent to spinning and weaving. He's become indifferent to his occupation, his livelihood. And so the mother is worried. Har ka naam likh liyo sareer rahao. Now this is the reflection of the mother. She's saying Kabir has become indifferent to his own occupation, but is now consumed by Har ka naam. She says instead he has inscribed upon his being likh liyo sareer, the wisdom of the self. Har ka naam. So now you see there is a contrast. So this is the reflection. And let's see how this evolves. Kabir responds. He says, Jab lag taga bahon behi, jab lag, as long as, or for each moment, taga bahon behi, that I pass the thread through the loom. In other words, every action, physical action, tab lag bisare ram snehi. For that instant, at least, Kabir says, my beloved Ram slips from my mind. So you see the devotion. He says, I don't want to miss that Ram even for that instant. He goes on. He says, people say that my understanding is low because I'm a weaver of low birth. Ochi mati meri jaat julaha. Julaha. I'm a weaver. Ochi mat, my understanding, my intellect is not polished, it's not refined. Partly because I'm a weaver. That's what the world says. But he says, Har ka naam laheo. Har ka naam laheo. I cultivated the virtues of the self, and the strength of the self came into me. That has been my greatest profit. I am the one who has gained the greatest profit, despite the fact that my understanding was low, that I was a low-caste weaver. Har ka naam leho main laha. You see what a claim that he's making. Kahet Kabir, suno meri mai. Suno meri mai. Listen to me, my mother. Kahat Kabir, says Kabir, listen to me. Hamra inka data ek ragurai. Hamra, mine and yours. Inka, and the children that you are worried about. Data, sustainer. Ek Ragurai, that one Ram is our sole sustainer, so quit worrying about livelihood. Now, on the face of it, this is quite a popular passage from Kabir, cited very often, but it's many layered in its meaning. I mean, we have gone through the most obvious explanation of Kabir's mother publicly lamenting her son's waywardness in abandoning his occupation. That happens a lot in homes even today, where mothers and parents lament what their children are doing. But there is a deeper message here. And the message is that parents are trying to always force conformity, societal norms on their children. But we forget that the children are their own persons. Kabir is his own person. He's not a slave to family tradition, which was weaving or making a living for that matter. And that is precisely the message of Gurmat to us, to make individual choices, to be moral agents, satyara. And you become moral agents through the strength of virtue, because the divine is concealed in its virtue. So philosophically, Kabir is telling his mother that self-knowledge transcends occupation, that what you do is less important than how you do it. Anything that one does, no matter how insignificant it may appear, is to be approached with wisdom. That is to say, love, devotion, focus. This is the path of Gurmat. This is bhakti. Anything that you do must be done with devotion, must be done with love, must be done with understanding. So a deeply contemplative state of mind is the highest end of life. So while the imagery that is being used here is that of a mother-son dialogue, in mystical terms, the mother, Mai, also denotes understanding, mati. It's also understanding. Mai or mother in Gurmat also stands for Maya, which creates the ego. So this passage, philosophically, mystically, can be understood to be an internal dialogue between the ego and the self. The ego always wanting to be in control because it is fear itself. But the self advocates acceptance, taking things as they come. That is wisdom. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.